Um, I'm gonna do the intro while YouTube's notifying people. I'm really excited about Monday's live, but I don't want to get ahead of myself. So if you're watching the replay, yes, this is very exciting. So, well, for me, y'all know I love doing lives. So what we're going to be doing today, and I know I'm going to say this a few times, and so thank you for bearing with me. Those of you who are watching the replay, we're going to do a look with the Natasha Denona bronze palette. I wrote out a look. Yes, y'all, I wrote out a look. And this is what the palette looks like. And I think there's one more time we're going to use this, excuse me, before I decide whether I'm going to mix some of these shades with Bloom or not. And so, yeah, so we're going to be playing with that today. And yeah, so let me get on with the intro. Let me put on, hey, Dawn, put on my sangria. You are the first one here, Dawn. Thank you. I was just saying what we were going to do today. We're going to use the bronze palette. And I do have a look written out. First, though, I'm going to use, yes, you are, the Beauty Bio patches because look at my skin, though. My skin has been so much better. I do really think, and you let me know, Dawn, and my feelings are not easily hurt, but to me, it looks like my under eye discoloration is a little bit better, especially like here's my darkest part, but it's looking lighter to me. Like, what do you think? Like, am I tripping? And so thank you. And so I do think it is the skincare stuff I've been using, and so I'm excited about that. But I am still going to use Beauty Bio eye gel patches because I held on to the last ones for so long that when I went to use them, they were dried out. And I got 4 boxes of these because I caught them on sale at QVC. Between me and you, Dawn, since you're the only one here right now, I am going to be doing a giveaway, and I'm going to do a video showing what the giveaway prizes will be. But I am thinking to put, yeah, they do. Because at Ulta, a box of 15 of these are 40. And on QVC, they were 50 for 2 boxes, plus they gave you 3 additional single packets. And so I'm like, dang. But I'm thinking to put one of those boxes in with the giveaway. Hey, Sarah, but I am going to do a video of what the giveaway prizes will be. And so it's going to be my 2,000 subscriber giveaway, even though I don't focus on numbers because like each number is a person and not just a number, like for my purposes. But that's what I think I'm going to do because I do have some extra palettes, like from when they had really good sales. I purchased some, and yes, they're Natasha Denona. So I am thinking to do, well, to announce at least the giveaway and show the prizes. Well, to show the prizes at the end of my Natasha Denona series, and then whenever I reach 2,000 subscribers, then I'll actually do the giveaway. And yes, I know some people will most likely subscribe just to try to win. But the thing is, because that'll just be showing the prizes, they're going to have to watch and come back to see when the actual giveaway is. You know what I'm saying? And so we're looking at almost 4 minutes. These say stay on. I think it says at least 10. So what we're going to do right now, I'm going to backtrack really quick. We're using the bronze palette. Hey, Alexandria, how are you today? We are using the bronze palette. And this is what it looks like. I did a look, was it yesterday? I did 2 looks. I did a look with I Need a Nude. I really liked it, but I could do that with Mario. And then in the second video, which for me was short, it was like 15 minutes maybe, of adding some bronze shades on it, like how to take a daytime look to nighttime. Even though with just I Need a Nude, the outer corner was smoky, so some people may not consider that daytime, but y'all know me, we wear what we want. Let me do the intro, because I'm just like babbling here. Turn on my ring light. Excuse me. Hello and welcome. My name is Dion. I call this the crazy troll nation of YouTube. The crazy, because I just jump in and be talking during live streams like I don't have an intro to do. The crazy. Also, knowing it's okay to be your authentic self in a world where people will tell you who and how you should be. The troll part. Hey, Tanya, is not caring too much about the beauty community standards. You set the standard for yourself. Try not to feel like you need to use a certain tool or a certain technique or even certain products. Use whatever you want to, however you want to get your makeup on in a way that you are satisfied with it. Because I don't know about anywhere else in these YouTube streets, but here at the Crazy Troll Nation, we are about self-acceptance and self-love, embracing our natural features, enhancing them if we want to, when we want to, but never feeling like we have to. Love yourself for who you are and for how you look, even when you're not wearing face paint. Two things about me. Sometimes I curse because I curse. And the other thing is there's an organism that lives in my throat that randomly hiccups, gurgles, and belches. I try to be aware of it to say, excuse me. Sometimes a few will get past me. I did just, wow, y'all look at this little gray pocket right here. And they just standing up loud and proud. But I do need to cut my hair though. Tomorrow will be 3 weeks. I usually try to cut it every 3 weeks. I did just finish my breakfast like 10 minutes ago. Oatmeal with Vietnamese cinnamon, and I did put a banana in it. I am about halfway through my 40 ounces of water. And I have Mountain Dew here. And yeah, I saw comments. So let me back up. Ooh. I only did your makeup an hour ago, going nowhere, but I walked to the dumpster later. It don't matter. Sometimes, like for me, sometimes it just feels good to just look extra polished, whether I go anywhere or not. When I do go somewhere, that's icing on the cake because I do get compliments. Every single time I wear makeup out in public, I get compliments every single freaking time. You came home from work a little late today. Terrible migraine. Oh, how is it feeling now? I get migraines too. And ooh. Is it okay? Like, is it okay for you to be here and like hearing my loud ass voice and all of that? Oh my gosh. Hopefully it's better, Alexandra. Yes, Tanya, tell her, post a picture. And meanwhile, Tanya, you need to get back to doing videos. Yeah, I'm fussing at you. How you want to call her out when you ain't doing what you... Okay, I see you. Because, Tanya, you used to do videos. So that's the easy start. Coming back, you already have your audience. Even though Crazy Troll Nation did say they would support Dawn. But I do think sometimes it's harder to just start. You already started. You just got to get back in it. But that was funny. You got water and Coke. Yeah, I remember when I said in here that because of the tariffs and all of that, Coca-Cola left the United States. I was like, what? It hit out of nowhere. I am much better now. I am so glad. Because sometimes I can function through it. And then other times, I'm just like, I just need to just go lay down. And my migraine med puts me to sleep too, so that doesn't help. But I am glad you're feeling a lot better. And I hope it doesn't come back. A couple years ago, my longest migraine was on and off for 6 days. The most recent one, like a week or so ago, was 13 days on and off. And I was... And at the end of it, I think it might have been the 11th or 12th day. I did a live stream because it was on a low end. It wasn't like really, really bad. And one of my friends texted me after the live and they were like, I thought you were going to pass out. They were like, you were looking really horrible. I was like, damn. But yeah, so I hope it stays gone and that it doesn't come back. It's hormonal. I think so. For me, mines are definitely hormonal. And an OBGYN confirmed that for me. But I have other triggers. But Botox treatment helps for all triggers for migraines except the hormonal ones. And stress stress too. Do you think you're getting used to those? No, and it's every 3 months. And when I first got it done, I thought it was only just one time. And he's like, no, every 3 months. And I was just like... And they also started doing Botox here for my TMJ issues. And so he did get me on a schedule where he just does it all at one time, like the migraines and then the TMJ. But it does actually help. I get half as many migraines a month as I used to. And again, they don't help with the hormonal migraine trigger. But for everything else, hey, Janet. But for everything, all the other triggers, it does really help. And I didn't realize how much. I think it was when I did my second Botox video, when I was talking about like, is it helping or not? And I was saying how I feel like I got my life back because I've been dealing with migraines since I was 33. I'm 55 now. And so when I started getting the treatments, I think I was 54. And just being so used to dealing with those, that when I didn't get them as often, I'm like, wow, this is what it feels like. Like I felt like a different person. And there's sometimes I'll feel a migraine starting and then it'll just go away. And I'm just like, wow, like this is the new life. Like I really feel like I got my life back. And I know that sounds dramatic, but that's really how I felt. I was just like, oh my gosh. But no, and that's why it's every 3 months. And even for people who do it for cosmetic reasons, some will stretch it out 6 or 9 months, and some will go every 3 months. But yeah, mine's are every 3 months, and yeah, but I am glad that I did try it. And it was risky for me because some medications I try, they break me out in hives. It messes up my system. Alexandra says she's 42 in July. Happy early birthday. You started 2 or 3 years ago. I think it's tied to perimenopause and life stressors. I think so too, most likely. Yeah. Another channel I watch getting Botox for migraines too. Yeah. And I told someone about it. I don't know if they're going to try it or not because they're a disabled vet too. I forget what he said he did. He's not going to do it. I just remembered he's not going to do it because he said he only gets like 2 migraines a year. So I'm just like, I wish. I wish. But he has TMJ issues too, so he might try it for that. But it was risky me doing that because some medications I break out in hives, I break out in rashes, and so that told me how desperate I was for relief to even say, okay, yeah, I'll do Botox, because it wears out of your system with towards like this 2.5 months, 3 months, the effects start to go away. And so I was thinking like, damn, if I get Botox and I have a bad reaction, it ain't nothing they can do except probably put me on other meds to try and counteract the symptoms. But that's how desperate I was, y'all. That is how desperate I was. I'm like, I'll try it. And when Botox first came out, it was considered a toxin. But then they found out it was helping not only cosmetic stuff, but migraines and other stuff. So yeah, that was really risky for me. But I am glad I tried it because I was just desperate. I'm like, this is, something's got to change. And so I am really glad that it worked for me. Yesterday when I did my brows, I left this side. I didn't fill in real heavy on the front part. And to me, it looks more natural because my brows are not thick and dark. You know what I mean? And also, when I do this part thick, it makes this part, how this looks reddish brown. The shade of this is deep black, but on me, it looks reddish brown. But when I do over my hair in here, it does look almost black. And then you have the red over here, which doesn't look natural either. And so I am back to consciously doing my brows where the front portion, the inner portion isn't that dark. You just never know. Yeah, I was desperate. I was desperate. And I had been tracking my migraines. I was having up to 18 migraine days a month. A month is 30, 31 days. And so half of a month, half of every single month, I was having migraines. So when I realized that Botox was working, I'm like, damn, I got my life back. And so now I just get them, when my hormones are acting up. And so that's predictable. And so it's easier for me to deal with that because I know ahead of time, okay, don't schedule much to do this week. Your hormones are going to be doing their thing. But I really did feel like I got my life back. Because there were times when I was supposed to, volunteer at the playhouse or work down at the playhouse. And I would text and be like, I am not safe to drive because the migraine med makes me so loopy. And so there were things, I'm counseling stuff, family functions. I'm not going to make it, migraines and the meds. And so I really did feel like I got my life back. And again, I know that sounds dramatic. But, y'all, And I get pissed off when people be like, oh, you get headaches? I'm like, no, I don't get headaches. I get migraines. If you have ever had a migraine even one time, you will never, ever call it a headache again. Because you will never. It is not the same. I'm like, I wish it was headaches. But anyway, that's that story. So to fill in a little bit, earlier I was saying I'm going to do, at the end of my Natasha Denona series, I wish there was as much research awareness for migraines as there is a lot of other things. Exactly. Yeah, awful. When your head hurts, you can't function. And for me, it's always behind my left eye. It feels like, it starts off with feeling pressure behind my left eye. And then it feels like somebody stuck an ice pick in my eye. And it just does not. And even when I'm here and I'm walking really slow, because if I turn my head too quick, because of the pressure, it feels like my head is going to fall off my shoulders. Like literally, it is awful. And then sound and light and all of that. Hey, Joe. Let me finish my brows. So I was saying earlier, at the end of my Natasha Denona series, I'm going to do a video showing giveaway prizes for when I get to 2,000 subscribers. And y'all know I don't harp on numbers because each number is a person and I don't want to diminish a person to a number. But I figured that'll be a good point to do a giveaway. And so I will just announce and show what the prizes are going to be. And then once I get to 2,000, I will do the giveaway video. And so I think that'll help people not coming just to win, because it is going to be a time gap between showing the prizes and when the giveaway is. And I do foresee it being the same as my usual giveaways. It'll be the same few people that enter because it's the ones who actually watch my videos and listen and read the description box and pay attention. And that's okay. And so, because that's who I want to win, you know, people who are always here and always being supportive. So this is kind of how I've been doing my brows lately. So you see it's darker on the outside, not so much inside. Well, the front portion. And then I'll take the brush. Y'all are so wonderful. To detour really quickly into legal stuff. I don't know if anybody's following the Sean case, and I started watching less. But all the talk all those months about like men on the DL in the industry, you know, doing all these things. And so it's ironic to me, but they were consenting. And so maybe that's why. But it was just kind of ironic to me that his trial is just, you know, the 5 female victims. I'm like, where's all the dudes? But then, you know, nobody's going to, I doubt any dude will come up and be like, oh yeah, he coerced me into such and such. You know what I mean? But I do find it interesting that nobody in the industry is really saying anything. My brows are not even fringed today. This one stops here. This one is curved downward. But yeah, I do find that interesting though. And my new TV came today. The delivery guy was so funny. He called, and see here where there's no hair, that looks reddish. That's how it looks over here with no hair. But over the hair, it does look brown, but it still doesn't look dark black, which is the name of the shade, which is like this thing. It don't show up black on me, but anyway. The estimate time was 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. And so I set my alarm for like 8:50 just to get up, brush my teeth, and just, you know, not be knocked out sleep when they come knocking on the door. I think that looks a little better, but this side is more sharp here where this side is rounded. We're going to leave it. I say as I mess with it. And so then my phone didn't ring, so it was weird. A text showed up that I had a voice message, and it was him saying, you know, he would be here at, you know, 10:35. I got an actual phone call where my phone actually rang. And, oh, we can take these off now. Look at that, y'all. These work. And it is still a little bit of serum. So we're just smoothing that out. Y'all, but I do really think my under eyes are looking better in the last couple weeks. This has always been my darkest patch. Nothing ain't gonna help the bag except I don't know. And then I do put on the City Beauty brightening eye cream before I put on concealer. I started doing that again lately. They did send this to me in PR. I forgot what I was saying. I got brushes all over the place. These are all the brushes I washed yesterday from the 2 looks that I did yesterday. And they are all dry, so I brought them all over here. So we'll see which ones we're going to use. So what was I saying? What was I saying? So that's the giveaway. That's how we're going to do that. If you are always here, because sometimes I'm told, you know, I don't want to enter. Hey, Janessa. I don't want to enter because, you know, I want to give somebody else a chance. Because some people, it seems like a handful of people keep winning. And so, and they're very courteous because they'll say, I don't want to enter because it gives somebody else a chance. But I'm like, if people aren't watching, then that's not your fault. So if it is something you really want, you just enter anyway. And so they reluctantly kind of sort of do end up entering. But yeah, so if you're one of those, if you want to enter, just enter. Because as I said, I do want it to be people who do actually support the channel and that are here like almost all the time. And some of y'all be here like every time. And I do appreciate that. So I just laid out the brushes. I do have a look written out. I think we have one more time we're going to use this when we pair it with Bloom. And that's going to help me see, maybe it'll help me see if I want to mix Bloom with some of these shades. And I'm also going to pair Bloom with at least like 4 other Natasha palettes because I really just want to see, am I going to keep it the way it is or still just mix it with this and just continue to pair it or not with other stuff. My minis, I am going to just bundle those and put them in my Mercari store. And these are the cheap ones. I think these were what, $25? The larger ones, like this size mini, these are the $48 ones. I think these were $25, and of course I got them on sale. So the price is going to be reasonable. And so what'll be bundled is pastel, Zendo, and I really do like all of these. Rose, Xenon. This one I love too. And Sculpt. And so these are going to be bundled. And I don't know for what price, but I'm thinking maybe $45 because that's still a deal. Because that would be like a little over 10 a piece, and plus whatever Mercari charges for shipping. So that might kind of be what we do. So, and I don't have a lot of stuff in my Mercari store at all because I don't buy a whole lot of stuff. Often I have so much stuff, says Dawn, so I don't enter. I win giveaways here and there. I love for others to have a chance to win. And I do appreciate that because some people, they just want stuff just to have it. Y'all know I like stuff to be used. You know what I mean? And so when I see other people who only just enter a lot of giveaways, or if I go to their channel, every 4th video is something they won, I'm like, you're just one of them people. And I'm just like, please don't enter my giveaway because you just want stuff. I think it's Arlene and someone else who does I won and you can too. So when they win a giveaway, they do a giveaway for something else that they already have or something new or whatever. And I think that is really cool that they do that. I forget who the other person is that does that. I'm going through comments. Dawn, seriously though, start doing videos. Or even just shorts, just showing one thing at a time. Like, oh, this short is about this Blend Bunny palette. What do you think? I mean, I really, in all sincerity, Dawn, I really do want you to start doing videos here on YouTube. I hate how Mercari went up on shipping prices and fees. And I don't know if that's the tariff thing or not. Like, I don't know. But, yeah, they did. And, yeah. Yeah, I know, Tanya, you got some stuff. I used to want stuff just to get it. I enter with something I don't have and really want. Janet says she tries to avoid giveaways. You never thought of shorts? And they changed it where shorts can be up to 3 minutes. It used to be 60 seconds. Now it's up to 3 minutes. Alexandra says, we want videos, exclamation point. I know, I do too. I'm just trying to get her to at least like put her toe in the water. But I do really want the one to start doing videos. Um, and so this is this cream. Let me leave that out. I did a flat lay yesterday because I realized I missed doing flat lays, which is weird. And so this is this cream. I don't know if it helps or not as far as discoloration or wrinkles or brightening. And maybe it does. Ooh. But I find that I like putting this on underneath my concealer. And this is something Wayne Goss did like 15, 20 years ago. He was saying put on eye cream and then your concealer. And somebody else has said the same thing. I don't know if it was Alexandria, Anelli. I do not know how to pronounce her last name. It's Anele. And she has said the same thing. And I'm like, you know what? I used to do that. Let me get back to doing that. And so I started back doing that. And so this is the Y10 from Natasha. You should, Dawn. Right. You'll be pested in. Yeah. Yeah. And some people, I'll say this. I don't like shorts because I prefer long form content. But I think I posted recently. I feel like I'm yelling. I'm excited. I have not had Mountain Dew yet today. I think I posted the other day, like the analytics of like the week of whatever, and it shows how people find me. And people do find me from shorts. And so I don't want to abandon shorts because some people only watch shorts. And I'm like, watch my long form. And so there's not much crossover between those who subscribe for shorts and those who watch long form. And so that's the downside because I don't like shorts. Like I prefer long form content. And I don't know if it's because I like watching long form content, but also for me, that's how I learn. I don't learn much from just, 60 to 180 seconds of somebody saying something, especially if it's makeup related. If it's something like a joke or, a comedy thing, that's different. But for makeup, I like it longer. Alexandra says I like longer videos, but sometimes it takes a while to watch them. Yeah, same for me. And if I find that I'm preoccupied doing something, I'll just pause it. So I could actually sit and look at it later. I know I was saying my new TV came today. The delivery guy. I was talking about the delivery guy. And so the phone actually rang. And he was asking me, he was like, Dion. He had an Indian accent too. So I'm just like, oh. And it came from Philadelphia. Which is about 40 minutes away. And so when I had got the text that it was out for delivery, I'm like, okay, it's going to be like 40 to 50 minutes. And it really was like 40 to 50 minutes. But he called and he was like, Dion, where are you? He was so funny, y'all. He was like, Dion, where are you? I said, are you here at my building? And he said, yes. And he said, where are you? On the first floor? You're in the middle? Like, where are you? What's your number? Your door number? I said, and he was like rambling off numbers. So I told him what my number was. And I said, I'm all the way up top. He's like, oh, you're all the way at the top. I'm an old man. I was cracking up. He did look like he was older than me. And so I went out on the landing and I said, are you in a white truck? And he said, no, I'm in a white van. I said, well, I'm looking at the back of your van. And he's like, well, that doesn't help me. It was so funny. And so he's like, and so then he opened the back. So we got off the phone. And then he opened the back of the van. And because the parking lot is the way it is, like I can hear him from the parking lot. He says, oh, and you got the big one. It's heavy. I'm old. I said, well, I'm handicapped, but I could try and help you. He was like, no. This is my job. I'll bring it. I'm just glad they brought it up here and inside because that was my thing when I called for them to schedule delivery. I'm like, are they going to bring it inside? Because if they would have left it downstairs on the ground floor like that freezer, I would have been pissed. But so he did bring it in. And he was very conscientious as well because when I come in, he said, where do I want it? And I said, well, you can just leave it here because the linen closet is across from the door. And he didn't have problems carrying it because, it has that thick wrapper, the cord or whatever. So he was holding it by both of those and just, bring it up the steps one step at a time, which is how I bring up my groceries when they're heavy. But, and so he saw I took my flip-flops off when I first came in. And he said, should I take my shoes off, or is it okay to walk on your carpet with my shoes on? That was very conscientious, because I have house guests that come in and they see me take my shoes off. They see all my shoes in one area and they'll just walk through the apartment. I'm like, excuse me, can you put your shoes over there? Okay. And they'll be like, oh. So I was like, wow, like he's really. And I said, you can keep him on, because I didn't want to give him extra work. He did look like he was probably like in his 60s. And so I didn't want to give him extra. I said, yeah, you can walk on there. I said, thank you for asking. And so I still didn't want him to do too much. But he said, do you want it over there? He says, where's your other TV? I said, it's over there. He said, well, I can put it over there. Because I was told him just leave it across from the door. He says, no, I'll take it over there. So he put it one place, and then he's like, well, should I put it over leaning against this wall instead of leaning against my love seat? And I'm like, yeah, that'll be fine. So he was like really just on it. And he was like, oh, you got the biggest one. It's everything. He was just so funny. And so I asked him if I can give him a tip, because I know some jobs tell you don't take tips. And so I asked him if I can give him a tip, because coming up 3 flights of stairs with a 65-inch TV, and I was just grateful that he was bringing it inside. And he says, you don't have to, because this is my job. And I'm still thinking like, And so I gave him a little bit of money, and he took it and said thank you, and all of that. And I did do the survey, gave him high ratings, and wrote how friendly and conscientious and funny he was, and courteous and all of that. So a friend of mine is going to come tomorrow, take the new one off the console, and the old one off the console, I could say, and put the new one up there, which is 10 inches bigger than the old one. So we'll see how that goes. And then we'll hook it up. And I could do that and just plug in the cable cord. And it's a smart TV, which I didn't want a smart TV because I don't want my TV listening to me. I don't use Google Voice. I don't use Alexa. I don't use none of that stuff. I'm just like, I don't want you listening to what I'm saying. It's bad enough when I used to travel. I'd be in the airport, and if I would pass a Sephora, I would get a text message. Is there anything you need to get for travel size from Sephora? And I'm like, how does damn thing know where I'm at? Because of the location. And so I did after that, like turn my locations off on all of my apps, because I'm like, that's just kind of creepy. I'm just trying to get to my gate, and you texted me telling me, do I want something because you picked up on me passing a Sephora store in the airport. But yeah, so we used all 2 pumps of the foundation and the primer. And so whatever was left, I do bring up here, but I don't go up close to my lower lash line like I used to. And so this is what we're looking like. I'm missing comments, 1 step at a time. Yeah, and last time I went shopping, because I had all them fruits and vegetables, it was heavy. And everything had to come up here because it needs to be refrigerated. The only thing I left in my vehicle was the fan. And I went down there and got that yesterday. I didn't put it together yet. I didn't see a pen, so I'm hoping it's attached to something, because the pen is what was missing with the other one. But yeah, it was heavy. So I was doing 1 step at a time. Check cat videos. As a foundation. Turcotte. I don't know what Turcotte is. Oh, that's Alexandra's last name. Oh, not as a foundation. I meant to turn my thermostat down some more. Did they like it? Did who like? Oh, you saw a review on the new L'Oreal Concealer Foundation. Janessa says, I've never gotten into making shorts, but sometimes I fall down a rabbit hole of scrolling through shorts. When I'm watching shorts, I prefer clips from shows and comedy. Yeah, that quick stuff. Yo, I think I'm gonna go over and turn down my thermostat if y'all don't mind. I did turn it down by 2 degrees before I started, but then I didn't. All right, I'll be right back, y'all. I'm right here behind the curtain. All right. Hey, where'd y'all come from? How y'all doing? Not as a foundation. So let me back up again. Oh, so it was a concealer / foundation. Not as a foundation. Dawn didn't like it. Said it took too much. What do you mean it took up too much effort to apply? Like, was it thick? Did it not want to blend? Like, what made it difficult to apply? Yeah, the shoes I keep. I've always had a no shoes house, no shoes apartment. And it does preserve the carpet because you're not tracking in stuff from outside. And when I vacuum, it's hardly anything that comes up because it's like nothing in here. So just regular lint from blankets, maybe. I remember talking about that on the live stream. You slow check this shit. I love when I have Alexa at the houses I stay at. She says to work out for sure. She gets to work out. It's just something about this AI stuff that I am just not comfortable with. And maybe because I'm older. I'm middle aged. I'm 55. I loathe when I have to make a second trip up the steps. And I'm not able to do that. The only time, well, let me back up. The only time I'm able to do that is like, say, Ulta delivers something, which it always does come to my door, but say they leave it downstairs. I can go down because it's a small little light box and come back up. But anything that's over like 5 pounds, 10 pounds, I cannot go down just to pick it up and turn on and come back up. Like my hips and knees do not allow it at all. And so when I shop, I'll bring up perishables and whatever does not need to be refrigerated. This is the brush that had the concealer on it. Whatever needs to be refrigerated, whatever does not need to be refrigerated, I leave in my vehicle. And then the next day or the next 3 days or whenever I go out, I'll bring it up a little at a time. Like each time I go out, I'll bring back something from in my vehicle. And so I don't do powder like I used to either, because that was another thing, was sometimes a lot of powder can make a crease. And I have creases, y'all look at this, they're going to crease, but it does crease less using the eye cream, putting on a concealer, and just putting on a little bit of powder. And so, yeah, I cannot, I cannot. And even when I had this stuff in my cart, I'm like, damn, this stuff is gonna be heavy, and all of it except the fan needs to come upstairs. So I'm just like, damn. But I made it though. But I was on one step at a time, and when I got up here, I got some cold water, and I'm just sitting down trying to get my breathing together. So now we're going to set the face. But yeah, I cannot. I think I might have told y'all. I got stuff to make my cucumber, onion, tomato salad, but I forgot to get the onion. I'm like, damn, it's only 3 ingredients. I do add other stuff to it, but it is called cucumber, onion, tomato salad. The 3 main ingredients, and I forgot one. I'm just like, so I was waiting to see if my neighbor was going shopping, because she said if she did, she would pick up some red onions for me. But I think I'm gonna end up getting that. Just going out and getting it. And I need to get more cheese. Y'all, I keep Gouda cheese. And let me know what y'all favorite cheese is. And I'm gonna tell y'all a funny story on what made me even try Gouda cheese. Because growing up where I did, it was just cheddar cheese or American cheese. Maybe Swiss, but it was just like American cheese. And so when I was, that movie She's the Man with Channing Tatum, and I forget the girl's name. She wanted to play soccer, but they called it football, like where she was. And that guy that plays Spinks from, it was an Italian Job. Going in 60 Seconds, the one that didn't talk in that movie. He called it football. So it's wherever they were. And it was for school that they were. I'm going to pick 2 bronzers at random. We got 7 and 11. We got Instacart on special for $19, and they gave me a free year pick. Oh, that's good. What's your favorite cheese, Janet? Sometimes we splurge on Instacart delivery for things my store doesn't have. It's totally worth it. And occasional luxury. I am close to so many friggin' stores. It is ridiculous. So this is 11, and this is 7. This is 11. So we're going to put 7 on first. So that movie, She's the Man, because her brother, she was a twin, and her brother played soccer, but he didn't want to play soccer. And so she imitated him since they're twins. And so, so everybody thought she was a guy. And this is the 7. And she had a crush on Channing Tatum, his character, but he thought she was a dude. And so somewhere in the movie, like closer to the end, it was revealed on the soccer field that she was a she. And he was just like, wait, what? But between him not knowing that she was a she, they were talking about cheese. Some kind of way, I don't know why. And she said her favorite cheese is Gouda. And I don't even remember ever hearing of Gouda cheese. And so he realized at the end, like he really did like her, and and so she thought, the whole situation was just over, like he's never going to speak to me again or whatever. So she came home, well, to her dorm room one day, and it was a big round of Gouda cheese with a note on it in her room. So yeah, brought her Gouda cheese. And remember, she liked Gouda cheese. This is the 11. And so I was like, let me try Gouda cheese. Yeah, y'all, I first tried it because of that friggin' movie. And it is now one of my favorite cheeses. I am seldom without Gouda cheese. And I did try Manchego cheese, I think it's called, and some other cheeses I tried. But Gouda is my favorite hard cheese. It really is. But I tried it because of that movie. Isn't that funny? I like that gradient. Oh my gosh, this is nice. Yeah, that's one of my favorites. I'd say all cheeses except Lindenberg. I don't think I've ever tried Lindenberger cheese. Cheese is very hard for me to say. Yeah, oh yeah, Colby Jack Havarti. I did try that too. Tanya says she only eats mozzarella on pizza. I have tried Colby Jack. I do like pepper jack cheese, but it's only certain brands because sometimes it's just like, ugh. And then other times I'm like, okay, this is good. And I don't know which is which. But because I'm never without Gouda, I buy it in a block. It's about maybe this big at BJ's, and it's like $7. But it does last for a while because I cube it and put it in my salads and stuff like that. But yeah, we're going to grab 2 blushes. We ain't going to grab 2 blushes at random. We're just going to pick up these 2 little ones. Yeah, I am a cheesy person, especially hard cheeses. Cutting them up in salads, or just cut a slice and pretend to spring cheese and just eat it. This is Fire Moon. This one is French Rosette. We're going to put on Fire Moon first, this one. And so, yeah, that's how I started trying different cheeses. Because where I grew up, like it was just American cheese. Inner city is just, okay, wait, I don't remember this being this dark. Or maybe because it's at the top of the bronzer. This is looking, I don't remember ever seeing this actually look like Fire Moon. Like this is like a deep, like reddish brown brick color. And I don't remember ever seeing it look like this before. I like it. I'm going to put that down. We're going to take French Rosette. And okay. Oh, I'm missing comments. I'm so glad everything's popping up today without me having to push buttons and being like, are y'all here? And when I get the comments, y'all be like, we're here. Oh no, she can't hear us. YouTube is actually, I'm like, damn. Yeah, Gouda is my favorite. Stilton. I don't like stinky cheeses either. And I don't eat, I don't know if it's brie or whatever, because it looks like it has a coating on it, but that's actually the top of the cheese. And I'm like, I can't eat that because it's a visual thing. I'm just like, that don't look like, no. I haven't heard of Stilton cheese, Janet. Yeah, I don't do the stinky cheeses. In some places, okay, Sarah, thank you. Some places call it pepper jack. Some places call it Monterey Jack. At Salad Works is Monterey Jack. This is pretty. I should have put this first because this French Rosette is deeper than Fire Moon. So we're just going to tap. We're not going back in the pan, but we're just going to tap. I don't remember this ever being that dark, though. I like it, though. So we're going to put that down. You like brie unless it's too aged. I just can't get past that top layer, the top skin layer of the cheese, because it looks like it's not supposed to be eaten, but I know it is. And I'm just like, yeah, I've never tried it because I'm just like, yeah, Yeah. My uncle one time told me I eat with my eyes. So if it's not appealing, I'm just like, I'm not trying that. I do like feta, that Mediterranean salad, y'all. My Sigma brushes, and y'all know I'm rough with brushes when I wash them. But this has some fiber sticking up. And I have like 3 or 4 of these, so I don't know which one. But I did pull one before, and like 2 bristles actually came out. This is the Sigma, the Sigma Soft Collection brushes. We're going to grab 2, watch them both be dark, 2 highlighters at random. Oh, Fire Opal and Raw Amber. It might be Sargento's, the Alexandria, that I do like. But when I'm out somewhere, it's like I don't know what brand they're using. So we're going to put Fire Opal right here. And I think this is a good match with the blushes too. So y'all, this is nice. The eye look should be quick because everything is going to blend together. Everything's going to blend together. We're going to put that brush down, and we're going to take this Lethal brush. That Mediterranean salad, the bag that I get from BJ's, it does have, where's that blush brush? Because this looks like this comes further in than over here. It does have a little thing of feta cheese in it. I have never purchased feta cheese, but I do like it, especially like in spinach salads and then that Mediterranean salad, which I still do cube up some Gouda and put in there because I'm just cheesy like that. So now we're going to take Raw Amber, which is what this one looks like. Yeah. Oh, and yes, ricotta for pasta dishes. Yes. So we're just going to put Raw Amber here, just strategic, very lightly, because it does make me toasty. And so that's all we're going to do with that. I'm going to put that brush down. We're going to take this Sigma brush. We're going to, I think we're going to do dim light, Dawn. We're also going to we're going to put luminous light, Moonlight, because that's the one I picked up. This is a brush that had the concealer. So I'm just smuggling out the wrinkles again. And it does wrinkle less. I mean, the process that I showed you that I do now. So we're going to take this. This is the one that is sheer lavender pink. And we're just going to put that right under the eye. So this is with the hourglass. This is without. So it does like really brighten the face. And even though I can put this all over, we're going to do dim light. Dawn, I really thank you again for choosing dim light for your look when you shop my stash, because it renewed. So did you see that, y'all? Oh, it did renew my love for dim light because I hadn't used it yet. And this is a new one. So we're going to take the same brush, and it does dim things down, but not in a bad way. I don't put it under my eyes because it makes my under eye look funky. But yeah, I have used this a few times since that video, Dawn. I'm like, this is really nice. And I should have remembered it was, because why would I have purchased a new one to have for when summer came? You know what I mean? Y'all know I just be making up stuff. So that is that. We're going to prime the eye. I was going to say, did I do the intro? Yeah, girl, you did the damn intro. I forgot to put concealer right here in my mustache area. We're going to take Mood Light, the one that lit under my eye, and we're just going to see if that'll help. I forgot. That's the only thing with doing the concealer and then doing the primer and foundation, is sometimes I do forget to put concealer over my mustache. We're going to spray the face. Use mozzarella when you make lasagna. When someone says they have cottage cheese in their pasta, why, when ricotta exists? Not usually about the same price, but why though? People are funny. People like what they like. Like that chick that was like, put raisins in the chili. Like, what the hell? I was just like, I'm like, that is not a POC thing. We don't put raisins in chili. Yeah, but some people do. They put ricotta or they put mozzarella. I think I do prefer. Yeah, they are. They are. I do put dried cranberries in my salads, which is kind of maybe the same texture as raisins, but I like the dried cranberries because it has that tartness. The ones that there, I said it. As a kid, I ate them in school when I was little because they would give you that little box of cheese. I mean, Lord have mercy, the little box of raisins. And so I did used to eat them, but as an adult, I just don't feel like, oh yeah, I need to go get raisins. But I do make sure, prime in the eye, that's what we're doing. But I do make sure to get my cheeses in the dried cranberries and pepitas, which actually are pumpkin seeds. So I put those in my salads too. Plump golden raisins are delicious. I do love me some grapes though, but not raisins. And y'all do know that raisins are dried. When they dry down, they are grapes, right? I'm saying that because I was, this was so funny to me. I haven't made homemade lasagna in ages. I think I've only made it twice. And I went by a recipe and I didn't care for it much. And I think it was the Italian seasoning that I purchased that they had said to get and put in it. And so I was just like, But I do like lasagna. I just don't make it. Life keeps me running, so I usually settle for Stouffer's. And so I was watching this video. Oh, you did too? Them little red boxes of raisins. They would give them out at, as part of lunch. Yeah, and as a kid, you ate what you got. Yeah, for real, for real. Because where I grew up, you better eat what's in front of you, or you just gonna be hungry. Why I say hungry is hungry. I was watching this video. This was a while ago, and y'all know I be forgetting a lot of stuff, but this stuck with me because it was strange to me. She was eating something that was. It said it was like super sour pickle. So it was one of those one of those taste test type video reaction things, whatever, right? And so she kept, and so it was really sour. Hey, Grace. And so she was like, the ingredient says cucumbers. She was like, I don't think so. And I'm like, a cucumber is a pickle. And I just kept saying it to myself. And so every few minutes, because she was like, this is really sour. There ain't no way this is a cucumber. She didn't know that cucumbers were pickles. I was cracking up and I didn't have the nerve like to tell her, and I thought to like message her and be like, a cucumber, they do certain things to it and they make it into a pickle. I didn't even have the courage, I guess, to say it to her because I couldn't think of a way to say it where it wouldn't have sounded like, because I didn't want her to feel stupid. That's the thing. And I didn't know how to say it in a way that possibly wouldn't sound like that. Because then I just kept saying to myself, pickle is a cucumber. And she just kept saying how, I don't think so. This is no cucumber. And I'm just like, oh my gosh. And the video was like 7-8 minutes long. And she just kept talking about how this ain't no cucumber. I don't know what this is, but it ain't that. And I'm just like, so that was a real question. Like, do y'all know that grapes are raisins? I didn't know that till I was grown. Because as a kid, you get the little dried up, shriveled raisins. And then you get older and you buy a bag of grapes. And it don't look like the same thing. Unless you have like a dried up, shriveled one in a bag somewhere. But yeah, but I was just like, oh, like she don't know that is a cucumber. You missed something like, hey, Michelle, how are you? I'm just over here running my mouth. Missing the chat. I like freezing grapes. I vaguely remember golden raisins. Love grapes, but not shriveled up dried grapes. Well, shriveled up dried grapes is a raisin. Yeah, I don't eat raisins at all anymore. Like, not since I was a kid. Oh, no, not golden raisins. Brings back memories of your second marriage. Oh, I'm sorry, Janet. You need a crisp, sweet grape. I told y'all before about putting, like rinse your grapes, of course. Put some in a Ziploc bag and put them in the freezer. And on a hot day, take the bag out the freezer and eat them while they're frozen. It is like a little burst of like grape slushy in your mouth. It is so good. Y'all, I usually, ketchup is tomatoes, but totally not the same. Yeah, it's not. It's not. And I do not like tomato soup. I love me some ketchup. I love me diced tomatoes in my chili. I love pasta sauces. But I don't like tomato soup. And I do like tomatoes. I put them in my salads. But yeah, they are definitely different. Michelle, we were talking about, I was watching somebody's video and they were eating and doing a reaction to a sour pickle. And it was really sour. And she looked at the ingredients and she was like, it says it's a pick. She says it says on here the main ingredient is cucumber. This ain't no cucumber. She didn't know that a cucumber was a pickle. And so through her video, I just kept thinking like, wow, like she don't know. And nobody ain't comment that a cucumber is a pickle. They do what they do to it and make it into a pickle. And I was just like, and that's why I was asking, like, does everybody in here know that grapes are raisins? Because sometimes people don't. But I was just sitting there like, she kept saying, this ain't no cucumber. And I'm thinking, because the only ingredient was cucumber and whatever spices. And she kept saying, this ain't no cucumber. I was just like, actually it is. A cucumber has been through something when it becomes a pickle, totally different taste. Definitely. And the texture is different too. Yeah, and plums are prunes. Yeah, like everything is something else. Like what? Yeah. And I do like cucumbers. And sometimes I say cucumbers and sometimes I say cucumbers. But yeah, I do like them both, but they are just totally different. And I remember me being 55. Let me know if y'all remember this. When you would go into a grocery store or a delicatessen corner store, and they would have a wooden barrel with pickles in it, and the lid would have like a pair of tongs like under the handle, and they had the white wax paper bags, and so you would take a bag, open the barrel, and put your pickle in the bag. Let me know if y'all remember that. I used to love that. I was like, I want like 3 of those. But yeah, I used to love those. And now sometimes I'll see them like individually wrapped in like a plastic bag, and I'm like, it ain't the same. I want to pick my own out of the barrel. But yeah, that was I don't know what it was. It was like a treat or something. I don't know. And maybe it was just the whole process of picking your pickle. I love dill pickles. I add them to a lot of things. Canadian bacon and pickle pizza. I have heard of Canadian bacon, but I haven't heard of Canadian bacon and pickle pizza. Pickles and meatloaf. Pickles on hot dogs. Relish on hot dogs, yes. And so I would venture to put pickles on a hot dog because pickles is relish. I don't know about meatloaf. But then you from North Dakota, so you I love pickles, but fresh cucumbers are not my favorite. And I do put some in I make the salad, the onion, cucumber, and tomato salad. Yeah, I love dill pickles too. Don't like the sweet pickles. I do like them with a little bit of tartness. I like tangy, I like tart, and that's why I like dried cranberries, because they're tart. I put them in my salads too. Only one sweet relish in my tuna salad and potato salad. And an occasional pickle, but I don't want pickles on burgers. I love pickles on burgers because it adds that zest. And what makes me upset is like, it might be one pickle in the center. I'm like, can you just like put like 4 like all around the edges and one in the center? It just gives that crisp tartness, and I just love that on burgers. Yeah, Michelle, that was funny. She just kept saying, and the video was like 10 minutes long. She just kept saying, this ain't no pickle. This ain't no cucumber. This ain't no cucumber. And I was just like, and I felt embarrassed. Even though I'm watching and she couldn't see me, I felt embarrassed. Like, oh my gosh. Like, I wonder how many other people are watching this saying, a pickle is a cucumber. I was like, oh no. And so, of course, nobody said anything. I don't know if it was a live stream or what. Let me get on with this shadow. Yes, Tanya, the Clausen pickles. I yelled. I'm excited. Who would have thought I'd be so excited about pickles? Crisp, yeah. And dry banana is still called a banana because it is a banana. It's just dry. I sort of remember pickle barrels. I got an itch on my nose. Where's this other brush? If you like spicy, those plastic bag pickles have one called Hot Mama that is so good, but don't eat more than one at a time. I had an out-of-body experience. I do like spiced in this, but I don't know if I would like a hot pickle like that. It would be something to try to see, though. Yeah. I love pickles on so much stuff. I can't believe I used to toss pickle spears I get at the restaurant. I would always eat them. And if I was with somebody and they were like, oh, I don't want that, I'll take it. Give me that pickle. It just adds a crispy tartness to, whatever you're eating. Let me go on with this eyeshadow look, y'all. We've been here. God, we've been here an hour. But y'all know what? When I do lives, it do feel like we just sitting around chit-chatting, which we like are. We're just in different places. I'm trying to see if there's a paint pot in there, because if it's not, The shadow's gonna crease. Yeah, I'd be like, you don't want that pickle, I take it. Or somebody orders something and the waitress or the waiter will say, you know, come to the pickle, and they're like, oh no, you can take it. I'm like, no, put it on my plate. I'll eat it. All right, let's get with this shadow before this starts to dry again, because my crease is hidden under my puff. So yeah, we do. The conversation be just going everywhere. And I love it. So, oh, this is bronze look number 10. I didn't do my inner rims, y'all. And I have my note that says brown on the inner rims. And usually I do that after I powder down, and I forgot. I do like a pickle with corned beef Sammy. You just reminded me of Reuben sandwiches. I used to like them when I was younger. I don't like them anymore because now for some reason they just seem to be greasy. I haven't had a Reuben sandwich in so long, probably since I was like in my 20s. This ain't even brown. This is Stay the Night. It looks brown from further away. You do like a pickle with corned beef Sammy. Yeah. You ate, now you're hungry again. I know, and my breakfast was, I am a little more full than usual because I put a banana in it. Usually it's just the oatmeal. But yeah, I ate that at like 7:30. I got an eye booger. Way to go. You got brown on inner rims. What did it say, lower lash line? Yeah, it said inner rims, but we're using the blue because that's what I picked up. I haven't had corned beef for months either. There's like so much stuff I just don't eat, not for any particular reason. Just don't. It's hard cooking for one person. And so when I do actually make something, like if it's sauce or chili, some goes to my neighbor, some goes in the freezer. And I'll keep out enough for like 2 days. We are going to put brown underneath though, so let me pick up a different one. We're going to take stage 5. That's not even brown. We're going to take Sick Tap, bro. Michelle's leaving. Okay, thank you for popping in, Michelle. It's always good to see you. Oh, we don't boil it too much. Yeah, but I haven't had one in like, I don't even remember last time I had a Reuben. And I find that I don't even like paninis anymore because each slice of bread is like this thick. I'm like, I don't want that much carbs. Like, why for paninis is the bread so friggin' thick? The Salad Works sells them. I don't ever get them. I have a piece of, I have an eyelash right here. It just came off. We throw a lot in the freezer and, oh, that's a good idea. Take it with you when you pass it. And even if I make, well, if I air fry like drumsticks or wings, I get them in the packs at BJ's. And so it'll be like a 6-pack thing, but each pack might have 4 or 5 wings in it. If I get drumsticks, it'll say 3 or 4 drumsticks per pack. And so I'll go ahead and just cook them all, and the next day I'll eat whatever's left. But, yeah, I don't make a lot. It's hard to make a little bit. Like if I do like a pasta salad or something like that, it's hard to make just a little bit. This one came down too far over here. So, okay, Janessa, we'll chat later. She's like, and seriously, try a hot mama pickle. I'll see if I can find them somewhere because I have never even heard of them. But we'll see. And I'll try to remember to keep you posted. Hot mama pickle. Excuse me. All right, is this creasing again? Let's just get on with these shadows. Okay, so the first look we're going to take on the lid. Wow, the whole lid? I'm going to put this away then, I think. We're going to take an Hourglass number 3. And Palladium is hiding from me. This is Palladium, this shade right here. So this is going to go, I like Papa Pickles. I don't think I've ever heard of Papa Pickles. But it makes sense since there's a Hot Mama Pickle. Hot Mama Pickle and a Papa Pickle. I would probably have to go to a regular grocery store, meaning not Aldi or BJ's. So this is Palladium. Wear that. Blends into my skin tone. And it looks stupid pretty though, but Some people really like when I wear coppers on my lid. And it's about preference. Like if you like ethereal monochromatic looks, then yes, this is definitely going to be like, wow, that's so pretty on you. Y'all know I like more color, but yet I purchased this, right? Yeah, I did. I did. And it is an easy palette to work with. It's not messy. Everything is going to look nice because it's all, well, not all of it's the same color story, but bronze, tans, golds. You know, have a couple reds here, these two purplish things up there. And so I do like the palette. I'm just like, because the looks are pretty. And this would be a travel palette for me because whatever I do is going to look nice. I don't have to think about, oh, what am I going to put here or there? And that's why I don't really travel with lethal, because I got to sit and think. Because lethal, them shades are really punchy and bold. So I only took this just a little bit. I didn't take it high up like I usually do because we do have a transition shade. I realized just now, using this brush, it does prevent me in some weird subconscious way, some weird type of subconscious way, to not take my lid shades up higher. So I am just going just above my mobile lid, like only just to here. Yeah, I just realized that. Different brushes lead me to do different things, because when I use these brushes, I'll be all the way up here with the lid shade. So we're going to put that brush there. Now we're going to take, for outer lid, Deep Dive. Or are we? Do I want to use a fluffy brush for that? We're going to lay it down first with a packer. Deep Dive is this shade right here. Yeah, this is a cream to powder, so I don't know if I'll even be able to use a fluffy brush with this. Oh, that's nice. So this is Deep Dive. I am so glad this shade is in here. If I do mix this with Bloom, y'all know this is going to be in Bloom. And then I'll have to figure out what to do with the rest of the shades. Probably put them in my Macari store. Or see if I know somebody who wants to buy it. But most of y'all do like color though, so that's the thing too. Like when I think of like who to ask if they want something, a lot of y'all like color too. And so something like this is not really appealing. Except for an easy, lazy day, because everything is going to look right. So we're just filling, I made a V and now we're filling it in. That's nice. There's like a hook right here. Ooh, that's pretty. All right now. So is anything new with any of you? I feel like I've been more productive not having a TV to watch. And when I do sit and watch a movie, it's on my laptop, which is a nice size, but then it's like on my lap on top of a huge pillow cushion. And so I'll have that, you know, I'll put a movie on YouTube on a laptop and then I'll open up Chrome and edit a video or something like that. But I do feel like I've been more productive, which doesn't make sense to me because when I would have the TV, I would just sit at my desk and work on a computer while a movie was playing that I wasn't really watching. So it's like the same scenario, except my laptop instead of a TV. So that's just kind of weird. But, so we're going to kind of leave, we're looking at the shapes. We're going to leave this like this. This has this hook right here. Trying to get out the hook. We're going to go back to that first brush. And I was looking at comments. And we're just going to pull over. We're not adding more on the brush. We're just blending those two. Oh, that's pretty. And so even though this is a one-note palette, it's really not. And so I am really glad that this shade is in there, that Deep Dive is in there. I'm looking to see if they kind of stop in the same place. This one, this is like tilting inward. I think we're going to leave it because I feel like I'm going to be messing with this for a while and we got stuff to do. And I'm sweating. Last night in my Mediterranean salad, I baked a piece of marinated salmon and put that in there. It was so good. Yo, that marinated salmon is really good. Now we're going to take, for transition, I got out too many of these brushes. That's because I didn't put them away. I washed them and then just put them all here. We're going to take this brush. This is a Sigma E45. Or do I just want to go ahead and use this one? This is an E49. And we're going to take Magma. Magma is this shade. Oh, you know, let me use this smaller brush. Yeah, I'm going to use the smaller one. We're going to take Magma. And we're going to just put this above the lid shades. Y'all, I will say this paint pot works, because how you saw I went like this here, I couldn't do that right here. The brush is like just sticking to it, which is good. Hey, Scatty Queen! I'm good. This has been a good week. I had a rough week not too long ago, but this has been a good week. How are you doing tonight? I'm still always so excited to see. Oh gosh. Okay, so we're putting this here. And so I was going to say there's not much color differentiation, but you can see this is more golden than up here. So this palette does have some versatility to it if you don't do the usual transition crease and then lid shade, because the colors are different. This side is way more blended. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this brush and we're just going to go like where this line is and just blend that out. You're doing good. That's good to hear. So my TV help person is coming tomorrow night at 7. This looks so much more prominent than this side. Because he said, I'm surprised he remembered, to be honest with you, that I had said my delivery was coming on the 12th. So he had texted me this morning, and I was up because so I got up, brushed my teeth, put a bra on, put on some decent indoor house clothes, and I laid on the sofa because I didn't want to be knocked out when the delivery person came. Okay, now it's looking almost the same. And so he had texted me, oh, don't forget to let me know about the TV. Because I didn't know if the delivery person was going to take the old one off the console, put the new one on there or whatever. And I have the paperwork for it. I told somebody I got it at Best Buy, but it's from H.H. Gregg, because I do keep the manuals and paperwork that come with stuff. And so I have the whole paperwork packet. Yeah, so I got it from H.H. Gregg. Which is what Best Buy turned into, because Best Buy didn't seem to last. That location, actually, stuff doesn't seem to last there longer than like 4 or 5 years. So it'll be one company, and then all of a sudden it'll be another company, and then 5 years, 4 years later it's another company. But and that's why I thought it was Best Buy, because it used to be a Best Buy, and then it was a H.H. Gregg. And so yeah, he didn't set it up or anything. I didn't even ask him. Because he's like, oh my gosh, I'm old and you got this big TV. It was so funny. I still don't like this hook right here. So we're going to take the brush that had deep dive on it. We're not adding more shadow to it, just whatever's on the brush. I'm just trying to straighten out this shape. Ooh, okay. Let me put the brush down. All right, that's what we was going for. Ooh, they actually almost look the same. What? Except this is further down than here. So we're just going to... We're still not adding more on the brush. I'm just trying to bring that lower line down. Oh, okay. Just a little bit. And now that's darker, so let's blend it. Okay. And so he said Friday night or Saturday or Sunday morning. And he know I'm nocturnal. So like you asking me something in the morning. So I said Friday night will be good. I said, because then it won't interrupt my sleep. And then I said, just to confirm, like tomorrow night Friday or Friday, whatever the date is next week. And he said tomorrow night. So I said, okay. He asked me what time I get up, which is the first time he ever asked me that. Because usually when he schedules his appointments, he'd be like, oh, how about 10:30 in the morning? And I'm like, but it's an appointment and it's paid. He pays. And so, you know, I do get up and then I'll go back to sleep after. But I'm liking how this looks. So I said I get up between 4 and 6 o'clock. And so he said it would be more like 7. I said, that's perfect. So he'll be here tomorrow. And he is very punctual. Because I'll look out the window at like 10 of, and I'll see his car out there. And he won't text until like whatever time his appointment is and be like, I'm here. I'm like, yeah, I know, I saw your car. So now we're going to take alloy for our tear duct and our brow arch highlight. What did I say? Alloy. Alloy is this shade right here. Oh, you can't see, I'm sorry. Alloy is this shade here. So this is on the lid. This is outer corner. This is transition. And now we're taking this one for our brow bone. Thank you, Skinny Queen. And so we're just going to put this here. So it is variety in here if you do different color placements. Like, I don't know, most people would put this as transition unless they're darker than me, deeper complexion than me. But I don't think anybody lighter than me would use that for transition unless they just really like color, because it is, as you see, it shows up quite nice. It's quite nice. And so that is that. We want to put that brush down, and for a tear duct area, we're going to take this brush. And, oh, I need 3 of those because I do have 4 of those brushes because we're putting 3 colors on lower lash line. I don't know why I wrote that way, but I did. And so we're also going to take a clean one of these and put that for our tear duct. And y'all know I normally got an itch. I normally don't do a tear duct shade, so I don't even know why. I think I just wanted to use more colors, since I don't know if I'm going to be mixing this and keeping all the shades or not. That's pretty. I do like the look though, so I don't know like why I don't. You know what part of it is too, is that I like darker looks, and usually I do a gradient light to dark, and so it's already light in here without putting a highlight there, if that makes sense. But like I do, I don't know, I liked it at first, but now I'm looking at it like, I don't know. It's because I have bumps over here. So the bumps is where it looks like it's a super bright, where this side is tame. This is like, so I'm bringing this in some, like further onto my nose to make it look like that side. All right, we're gonna put that brush down. Now we are going to take, we're almost done with this look, y'all. I do plan on doing a brown lip, but I'm looking at it like, I don't know. So the next thing, lower lash line. So we have, okay, I can put this brush away. I can put all of these brushes away. Did I use that one? I did use these. Okay. These we did not use, so we're going to put those home. We did not use this one, so that's going to go home. Oh, boy. 3 more of these, they're all clean. The little hand. Oh, the way. That is cute. So we're first going to take silk. This is silk, and this is going to go on the first third of the lower lash line. And I am blowing it down some, so it's not high and tight under my lash line. And it actually did cover up that brown under there, surprisingly. Some shades will show up over this brown, just in general, not just Natasha's. And then some shades don't. You'll still see the brown through it. But that did cover it. That's surprising. You funny, Dawn. I am sweating. You know what? Let me turn my fan on. I didn't put together the new one. I took everything out of the box, and I do still have the box just in case. I'm like, oh, I'm missing something, and then really thinking it's in the box. Now we're going to take Bliss. So where is it? The hell? Oh, damn. This is silk, y'all, and this is Bliss right next to it. And to me, it looks like a dual chrome. It looks like it has some gold in there. I'm looking for it, and it's right next to silk. So this is Bliss. We're going to put this on the sensor. So we're also doing a gradient on our lower lash line, like we did up top. Y'all are so much fun. Lots of fun. Lots of fun. So this one, and this is what I was talking about. Like, this one is not covering that brown. Like how that gold did, which is surprising because this is I don't even want to say darker shade, but it's a more colorful shade than this one on me. Looks like gold. Yeah, so silk didn't do much. No, that's Bliss. This is Silk. This is Bliss. Yeah, so that's what I was talking about. How some shades don't cover it and other shades do. And that is okay, because if I didn't want darkness under there, I wouldn't have put a dark liner under there anyway. So, and I do like the look where there is some depth, but then you do see the darkness from the line, the gel pencil liner. Now we're going to take rhodium, this shade up here. So we have Silk, Bliss, and now we're taking this shade, and we're going to put that in the outer corner. And so right now, I'm thinking of what color for upper lash line. So that's going over here. And I do like this gradient under here. I like that. I like this brush for this because if I do just want to use the tip of it, I just go like that with the tip of it. And it goes right where I want. And even doing the inner tear duct shade, like just putting it right in there. This is a Fenty 220. I used to use this also for brow arch, but then I found that I really like this brush for that because it ensures it's going to be a really thin line. And this is an eyeliner and lip liner brush, and it's number 60 from Scott Barnes. I'm trying to think how many of those I have. Probably 3. I see 3, 4. Oh damn, I have 4 of those. So if I really like a brush, I get more. Yeah, y'all, this is the eye look. I do have, you know, and I wrote down green for upper lash line and brown for a lip. I think though this look calls for something else, but then a brown lip, but I don't know. I was going to order, I did order some skincare from Drunk Elephant as if I need any more. They had a bundle, and the bundle saved like $20-something, and then they're having 20% off depending on your tier. And then I cashed in some points, and then Rakuten was having 2% cash back. Thank you, Skinny Jean. So we're gonna do a green. And you know what? Saying I'm going to do a green, I'm wondering if I want to put this on my lip. I might do this, or still put the brown on, and then put this on top. That's what I think we're going to do. And both of these are liquid lipsticks. They're both from Notoriously Morbid. I have a 15% off code down below. So, ooh, something's in this eye. So we're going to open up the water. So that's ready. I'm trying to think, what am I going to eat? Because I need to get onions if I'm going to make that salad. But I did buy 3 of the Mediterranean salad. There's something in this eye. Because they were 3 for $10 again. And usually they're only like $3.50. I say only. But buying the 3, like, you do save a little much of, you know, a little bit of something. Oh, I know I was going to say about BJ's. Y'all, fruit prices? Y'all know I love me some Envy apples. First of all, they didn't have any. And other bags of apples were like $8.99, $9.99. I was like, ugh. So I bought a bag of Red Delicious apples. They were $5.99. That is not my preference at all. But I'm like, you know what? Grapes, I like the green ones. The red ones were cheaper. So I'm already like substituting. And I do like red grapes. I do like Red Delicious, but I just prefer like a different flavor of apples. I'm thinking this one, but I don't remember if it actually shows up green. So let's take this one. This one is Cyber Craze. And we're going to use this shade. I do have some water on the brush, and you can see it getting wet. So I've already been substituting. If it's something I'm a diehard for, like I'm always going to get Gouda cheese. I'm always going to get Gouda cheese. I don't get the smoked Gouda because when I purchased the smoked Gouda years ago, I noticed that it would get moldy in like a week. And I'm just like, oh, hell no for this price. So I just get the regular, which is fine with me. I don't need to have smoked flavored cheese. So I just get regular Gouda cheese. And it lasts for weeks, even after I open it. I don't take it out of the plastic. I just like peel the plastic back, cut off the piece I'm going to eat, and then just wrap it back into the plastic and put it in a container in the refrigerator. And because the Best By date is usually 4 or 5 months away, usually I'll buy 2 of them. I got my little hook again, my little accidental swoosh. I dipped back into the water. Let me tap off on my towel down here with my cloth. Yeah, this is more water than I did the first time. Yeah, thank you. Because I wanted some more color. I seldom use a black for upper lash line, and I don't ever use it, well, seldom use a brown. This looks like it's brown, but this is more of a burgundy than I look like I have. You don't remember how a color shows up until you swatch it. Yeah, and these are like that too because wet it looks different than when it's dry. And even looking at it on my eye, it looks brighter than it looks here. Excuse me. And so, yeah, I think maybe tomorrow I'll go out and get the onions. And if I do go to BJ's for onions, I'm wondering if they didn't have them because all of their fruits and vegetables sections is all in the same place. And so I'm wondering, like, how did I even forget that? This I came up right here, but I'm gonna just leave it. So I don't even know how I forgot. Y'all, oh my goodness, we're gonna say brows and lashes. This liner is so different from one side to the other. So we're gonna make it thick as hell. I'm gonna make it thick as hell. That other look I did, the graphic goth grunge look or whatever I called it, that happened. Well, y'all, if did the video air yet? I don't know if no, I don't think the video aired yet. I don't remember, but I had messed up, and so I just made it look like it was intentional. Y'all know we do not scrap looks. We do not scrap looks here. This side is way much thicker. Oh, good grief, Charlie Brown. All right, let me bring it down. Yeah, I'm starting to get hungry. This outside part is still a little thicker, but I don't think it's that noticeable, and especially because if you're looking straight at me, you're not going to see both the wings anyway. So that gives me some consolation. Yeah, water activated stuff be deceiving someone. Yes, it is. Yes. So what am I doing here? Am I making this thicker? Because the other side is thicker. I find that I really like these though, skinny jeans, because they're so easy to remove versus like Pink Pot or Inglot. Inglot, I gotta put work in to get that off. But these, they just come right off, and they come out of the brushes, even though this is lethal and this brush is lethal, it stained all the brushes. And I'm just like, okay. But it still works fine, so I don't care. It didn't stain my Esom, but Esom is a better quality. Because these bristles were white when I purchased it. And now they're not. I have a piece of liner up here because it transferred. But we're going to leave it. Y'all see it. Do I want to fix it? Don't know. So that's the liner. What shade was that? That was the lid shade. And we used this brush for that. So we're just going to, whatever's left in the brush, we're going to go back and forth over that dot right there of the green liner and just cover it up. And it worked. Yay. Okay, we're only doing this because we did the other side. We're going to put on Sills Boost mascara base from... Thank you, Tanya. You know I gotta do something popping somewhere. And I do like the look though, because it is a colorful look for what the color story is. And the colors did show up, except for like the lid shade kind of didn't. But the outer corner shade, the transition shade. And so that's why I like that palette, because it is monochromatic-ish. And I say that because depending on where you put certain colors, you can get something that's different. Yes, it is still monochromatic, but it's not just plain, bronze all over. Green dot be going. Yeah, and it's easy to fix stuff like that too. Thank you, Janet. I do want to try different lethal liners, not liners, they're mascaras, because I really like the effect that the white one gives me. But number one, shipping is expensive, and I don't know if it's more expensive now because they're overseas. And also the PAO is only 6 months, and I'm like, am I going to use am I going to use it up in 6 months? And I do use mascara longer. When I notice my eyes are starting to get irritated, and when I'm able to be like, oh yeah, it's that mascara, that's when I'll stop using it. So I do use stuff longer. And that was my thing with buying the white one. And I don't know if it was on sale or whatever, because I'm like, there's no way I'm going to use that whole thing in whatever time frame. And that's why, too, I only have open, excuse me. Did I do the bottom? Yeah. One, maybe two black mascaras open at a time. And right now, this is my only black one open because I do want to use it. And Esom is expensive. It did come with a bundle. So, honestly, it was almost free. Those two Esom palettes. Balance is $80. Intensity is $120. So, that would have been $200. But the bundle was $149.99, and it included the mascara. And I found that I liked it so much. They had a bundle of 2 mascaras, a little more than for the price of one. So I ordered those because I really do like it. And so this is the only one open at this time. I like City Beauty mascara. I do have one here that I actually purchased. I didn't open it because I want to make sure I use them up. So I don't want to have open like 3-4 mascaras, especially if they're all black. There's a clump right here. It's 2 of them that's trying to just have a party. They're being antisocial against the other ones. So I'm trying to get them to separate, but they don't want to. Maybe they're conjoined twins. Yeah, y'all see that one line right there? Oh, gosh. And so what they had said at MAC before is just kind of spike it. And sometimes spiking it will unseparate them, but it's like, no, we're stuck together. We're conjoined twins and we're refusing to have surgery. But that's okay. See this one lash like right here? Alright, so close up my water. I need to change that water out again. So we're going to put on the brown, and then we're going to put this on top of it. It's that brown, green, burgundy, dual chrome type shade that I think we all love, even in eyeshadow. And then we're going to be done. Just to catch up real quick again for those who came later, at the end of my Natasha Denona series, this shade, I don't know if this was gift with purchase or what. It doesn't even, this is Burial is a Secret. I think this came in their advent calendar. At the end of our Natasha Denona series, I'm going to do a video showing what the prizes will be for my 2K giveaway. And it will be Natasha Denona stuff. And whenever we do have that number of people, then we'll actually do the giveaway video. Because when they had sales, I did purchase palettes specifically for a giveaway. My minis, I'm gonna bundle those and put them in my Macari store. So I'm telling y'all this about the giveaway stuff because y'all are here and y'all are hella supportive. And so I just want to let y'all know what's coming. My lips are not symmetrical. And when I put on a dark lipstick, it accentuates that it's not symmetrical. We're going to leave this like this because we're going to put that other liquid lipstick on top of it. There is like so much pink showing here on my lip line. On this side. Damn. I just came down too far. But it actually doesn't look too bad. In person it does, but when I look here it doesn't. But when I look over here, I'm like, girl, that is not your lip line. And that's why I don't like overlining, because I can always tell it's not natural. From far away it does, but when you get close, it's like, girl, that ain't your lip line. Love a brown lip, yep. Loving that lip shade. Those became later, aka I don't remember if I mentioned it in another live that on Notoriously Morbid's There's a flake of something and it doesn't want to come off. Notoriously Morbid did a post on their Patreon voicing frustration that they have quite a few shipments stuck. I forget how she worded it. I don't know if she said customs and tariff hell or something she called it. And it's for both ingredients and packaging. And she said even for the Spellcast Beauty stuff. Because remember I was saying how why, you know, say you have this sister brand so people get stuff quicker and then it's not quicker. And so I was glad that they did that post because it explains why stuff is taking so long. And so I just wanted to let y'all know. I think I did mention it, but I'm not sure. But just to let y'all know, they're behind because they're having trouble getting their stuff from overseas. The order I'm still waiting for is 4 lipsticks when they had a buy one get one free sale. So I bought 4, paid for 2. Sephora is having a point multiplier for their Sephora collection stuff. And so I put some lipsticks in my cart. I think I liked it better when it was brown. What do y'all think? Go move the lip line by a centimeter. Yeah, them tariffs, y'all. And then too, Notoriously Morbid is a small brand. So, you know, do they just have that disposable income to just pay the extra to get stuff quicker? Like, it's just a mess. And other brands and companies have been, you know, saying the same thing. I liked it better when it was brown. You too, Janet? So I have, I put some Sephora lipsticks in my cart. This is too much lipstick on my lips because this is just gliding over. It's not sticking to my lips. But once it dries, it will stick. But I'm trying to decide if, and I think one is a green, one is something else. And I do have a few more lipsticks on my wish list for Notoriously Morbid, but I'm not buying anything else right now until that order comes in. And so I'm asking myself, do I just want to get the Sephora ones? Because one, they are different colors than what I have already. But still, I'm like, do I want to get them just because my Notoriously Morbid ones are taking so long? You know what I mean? And I remember saying I did the clutter. So these are all my lippies. So when I get more, I'm going to have to rearrange something else or bring out that other little storage container like that one. Because I used to have lippies in both of them. And now I have it just in one. Yeah, I do like this a lot better. My lips feel heavy. They feel thick. So, yeah, so that's what I'm trying to decide. And it's 4 times the points. And so it would be worth it. But then I'm like, I need to figure out, I need to do the math. It's 4 times the points. Would that be greater than when it's Sephora stuff is 30% off? That's what I need to do the numbers on. That's what I need to do the numbers on. Yep, we rewound it. And back where we started with this look. Whew, hope I accidentally reminded the whole stream. Reminded? Oh, rewind it. Oh no. Yeah, it is taking long. I don't remember the lippies I ordered. Yeah, I went back into my order to see what it was. And they were lippies that I didn't have colors of already. And the same with the Sephora ones. They're colors that I don't already have. And so, and it goes back to when I was saying how as Americans, I think we're just spoiled and entitled. It's like, okay, that's taking long. Let me buy it from somewhere else. It's only lipstick and I have all of these lipsticks. And so like, what's the big deal? You know what I'm saying? So like, really, girl? And I think the sale is for a few weeks. And so I think it's till the 18th or the 22nd. I think it's till the 22nd. What a point multiplier thing. So I'm just going to wait and figure it out. But yeah. And there was a palette I wanted too, Janet, from Notoriously Morbid. And it's actually on the Spellcast Beauty side. But I'm like, I'm not ordering anything else until my last order comes in. Because, and so part of me, so when I'm feeling impatient and frustrated, I remind myself, number one, I'm spoiled and entitled. I pay for it, send me my shit. But then also I remind myself, it's Notoriously Morbid is a very small company. I'll be surprised if they have 10 employees. Like, it is very small. And so I know it's only a handful of people doing all the stuff, which is why it took long in the first place. For me, it was always a solid 3 weeks and I would receive my order. But now, that last order, I ordered that April 23rd. And on March 23rd, they sent the email that it was pulled for processing. But now I'm like, is it pulled for processing? Because usually pulled for processing, I'll get a notice in like at least a week that it's been shipped. And so I am thinking that whatever some of the ingredients for those I think are stuck over in customs or somewhere. Yeah, it's never been like too much for me, but I do know some people have waited like 3 months or more, and I'm just like, damn. And so that's why I wanted to make sure I told y'all, even though it was a Patreon thing, I said I'm gonna let y'all know, because I do know some of y'all do order from Notoriously Morbid, and some of y'all do use my code, which I really appreciate. But yeah, this is a long time. And so, but I remind myself it's a very small team, and then with the customs and the tariffs and stuff, so it's just like, okay, let me just chill out. It's only lipstick or whatever it is. And we do have a lot of makeup anyway, so, but yeah, we pay for it, we want it. We're spoiled and entitled. But so this is the look, y'all. I'm excited for Monday's live stream because we're going to be talking about something that might be a little controversial. And I did schedule it, so you may have seen like the title. And next Thursday's live. Oh, that's exciting. Me and Janessa, we're at it again. We're going to do a pride look. That's going to be fun. When her and I do lives together, it's always a lot of fun. And then I think I scheduled the one for the next Monday. And so I am very much on track. And videos I have scheduled out for the next 2 weeks. Like, I am very much back on track. And so I do feel good about that. Yeah, pulled for processing seems like a while ago, but no biggie. Yeah, because it used to be like a week, maybe week and a half. And then it would go from pulled for processing to shipment. They pulled it March 23rd. And I'm like, yeah. So I am glad they did make that statement, because it just reminded me of all the shit that's going on. And then a friend of mine reminded me today, they're like, yeah, and the world's on fire. And I wrote back, literally parts of the world are on fire. You know, we had the fires in California, a plane crashed somewhere in India, and that caused a fire. So like, yeah, parts of the world, like, stuff is literally on fire. So it's more important things than my lipstick, you know what I'm saying? And that's being spoiled and entitled because I want my stuff. But I do understand it. And so I just have to remind myself, just chill. Thank you, Skinny Queen. She says, happy Pride Month, y'all. Happy Pride Month to everyone. If you celebrate or not, or if you know people who are in that community, you know, show them some extra support, because this stuff with politics, y'all, they're hurting now. And I do know some personally from in the community, and they are scared. And I hate that we're at a time where, well, I should say again, because back in the day, being a person of color, it was being scared. Like, am I going to be lynched? Am I going to be raped? Am I going to be stolen? Am I going to be sold? Like, what the hell? And even now, there's still sundown towns. You can come all day, but you better be out of town before the sun go down. And if you're there and something happens, that's your fault for being there. Like, it's just really fucked up. But so I do understand the fear, and I know that's not a healthy state to be in. And so my heart does go out to people who are just like afraid for their very life. Yeah, these are definitely crazy times we're living in, and I apologize for rambling. I'll be on a replay crew. I travel overseas tomorrow for over a week. Okay. Oh, that's right. You did mention. No, that was somebody somewhere else that was saying they're going away next week. I'm in the Ulta Beauty Board, and somebody was saying next week they're going to be traveling. Safe travels to you. That's exciting. I haven't been many places overseas. I've been to Jamaica and to St. Martin, and that was it. So Dawn says, have a great weekend, everybody, and safe in this dumpster fire of a world. Oh my gosh, y'all. He slipped, 4547 slipped something into his big, beautiful bill that didn't even, that's not even supposed to be there, because it's not about the budget. So the bill is like for the budget, and he slipped something in there. And I forget what news channel I was watching. They were like, this is not legal for him to put this in here. So they're saying it's going to hold up the bill, which is great. But I'm just like, and that's why I think he does bills that's like hundreds and hundreds of pages, because some of them politicians aren't going to read all of it. And that's how stuff gets slipped in. And so we're going to go. I apologize for the rant. Yeah, or stolen, Skinny Queen. Yeah. If y'all didn't see 12 Years a Slave, I have to be in the mindset to watch it, but I did see it when it first came out. He was stolen. He was tricked and he was stolen. And 12 years later is when he got free. And it was just so sad because when he was reunited with his family at the end of the movie, now he had been tricked into being stolen. He was on a slave plantation 12 years. And so when he got free and he was reunited with his family, he said to them, "Please excuse my appearance." And he had on like a suit, but it was like an old rusty, not rusty, but it was like an old dusty suit. Like it wasn't like, a tuxedo or anything. But he said, I apologize for my presence. I apologize for, and I was just like, damn, like you've been stolen and been in slavery for 12 years. You finally back with your family and you're apologizing for how you look. And that made me cry because I was just like, fuck. But, and of course his family just cried and they're hugging him. But if you have to be in the right mindset to see it because you will get pissed off. But it's called 12 Years a Slave. And I saw it on YouTube, somewhere, Hulu something. I haven't watched it again because I got to have my mind right so I don't get pissed off. But yeah, it gets stolen. He was a musician and they're like, "Oh, you should come with us to play for our, club or whatever." And he was like, "Sure." And when he woke up, he was tied down, chained up to something. I was just like, what? Yeah, in 12 years. Right, Skinny Queen? I was just like, and what was ironic, or not ironic, but hey, Sons of Ray, we're talking about 12 Years a Slave. We did do this face and we talked about a whole bunch of other stuff. And now we're talking about the movie 12 Years a Slave. When he first was going wherever, there was it was a black guy, and he was like, "Can you let my family know? I'm so happy to be here," because he had just got freed or whatever. And it was just like, what? But then at the end of the movie, that was the main character when he finally got free, and it's because he slipped a note to a white contractor who he thought was like friendly, who did turn out to be friendly. So that's how he got free, because the dude took the letter back to the States or wherever, blah blah blah. And so when he, got back to America, he was just like, oh, like he was just really excited and happy. But I was like, damn, like he's this person in the beginning that he saw being happy to now be free. But that movie, y'all, said we talked about pickles and raisins and what else? Different types of cheese. We talked about my TV. We talked about so much stuff. The stuff going on with Notoriously Morbid, they put out a post, Sons of Ray, that their stuff is really delayed because they're waiting on. I don't remember exactly how she worded it in the post, but I think it said tariff custom held or something like that. So their stuff is held up in customs and with tariffs, and so that's why they're slower. But I am glad that they did put out that that notice. Yeah, and a cucumber pickle. That was hilarious. I was just like, it was a live stream too, and I'm just thinking like, how many other people watching this know that a cucumber is a pickle, and she keeps saying this ain't a cucumber. Like she did not know a cucumber was a pickle. So then we ended up talking about how grapes are raisins and how plums are prunes. Yeah, we be talking about all kinds of stuff. And the conversation just be flowing. It'd be so funny though. But yeah, Sons of Ray, in the right headspace. And I did see it not long after first came out. And then I purchased the DVD, which I have not watched that. And this was like way back. Because I do try to support, our people when they have stuff. Even if I see it at a theater, I will still buy like the DVD, the Blu-ray. Because then you get the deleted scenes and all the extra stuff. But anyway, I haven't watched that yet. But I saw it recently either on Hulu. I think it's on Hulu. Either Hulu or Tubi, but I think Hulu. Or maybe Netflix. But it is on one of those streaming devices. But I haven't watched it again yet because I gotta be in the right mindset to watch it so I don't get pissed off. And I have seen The Help, which I really love, and that's free here on YouTube if you haven't seen The Help. My favorite line in The Help was when the old lady said, "I don't care how old and senile I'll get, there's two things I'll never forget. That you put me in a nursing home and that you ate many shit." Y'all. That was my favorite line in the whole movie. Oh my gosh. But yeah, "I won't forget you put me in a home and that you ate many shit." I was like, damn, because she really did eat many shit. It was funny. That scene was like, Because the old lady wanted the pie. And Minnie's like, no, you don't want to eat that. And the other lady's like, oh, this is good. Let me have a second piece. And she's like, oh, what's that minty flavor? And the old lady like, I want to try it. Minnie's like, no, 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 no. And then the lady looked at Minnie and was like, and that's when the chick realized she was eating her shit. and, and the old lady was like, and you had 2 slices of the pie. I was laughing like this, y'all, to like I started getting lightheaded. I was laughing so hard. I was like, damn. So I do want to watch that again. That's not as hard to watch as 12 Years a Slave, but it's still just like, yo. But and we got on that topic, Sons of Ray, because Skinny Jean had put Happy Pride Month in the chat. And so I was saying how my heart aches for people who are like literally afraid for their life because of politics, and how as a person of color dealing with racism on and off throughout my life, like I understand being afraid, and that it breaks my heart knowing that, you know, some people are still living in fear. Well, not still, but living in fear because of politics. And so that's how we got on 12 Years a Slave and, you know, that. But yeah, we be talking about all kinds of stuff. But we're coming up on 2 hours, y'all, and it don't even feel like it. But thank y'all for being here. Do I want to keep? Yeah, so I have my stuff out for the flat lay. But thank y'all for being here. I really do appreciate it. Don't forget, I do have a channel membership for those of you who may be interested in that. I do members only videos. They get to shop my stash. And then we do a public live where I do the look from when they shop my stash. And then there's other times it'll just be, you know, something comes up and I'm like, I want to just let them know. So I do try to do special things for the members. And so that's available as well as super chats and all that stuff. Skinny Queen says, white lady, what did you put in it that makes it so good? Her eat my shit. That was hilarious. Oh my gosh. I think I might watch that tonight. Or wait till like Saturday, because he's going to help me set up my new TV tomorrow. And it's 10 inches bigger than my current one that broke. So I'm going to be like, ooh, look at all this. But I might watch it tonight. I don't know. But yeah, thank you y'all for being here. It's always good to see each and every one of you who are here. I'm not going to start naming names because then I'll forget somebody, but I do appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you for the thumbs up. Thank you for your time. Thank you for the chat. Thank you for the support. And the video is going up tomorrow and our live next Monday and next Thursday, as I said, are already scheduled, and for the Monday after that. And I do have videos actually going up on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Fridays. Yeah, I think I might watch that tonight, just for those 2 scenes. But seriously, we're going to go. Thank you again, y'all. I appreciate each and every one of you. Have a good night, good day, good evening, good morning, wherever you are in the world. And you will see my videos here in the mornings, and we'll be back here live on Thursday night. And so thank you, and you'll see me soon. As always, self-acceptance, self-love. That is the Crazy Troll Nation way. Thank you, and you'll see me soon. Bye.